Okay, thank you very much to Michael Griffiths, who is a bit of a referral marketing guru. He is our special high-profile Q&A guest for this month of May, even though it's like the last day almost, but we still got you in for May.
We did. We made it.
We made it, yeah. So, Michael, you're going to teach us how to build up our own referral network so that we can start getting, leads per week to help build our coaching and change-making businesses. So that's what we're going to talk all about today. So thank you. Welcome. I know you're in Sydney.
Yeah, I am this day. Yes, I feel like having been to this month New York, LA twice, Wollongong, Perth, Melbourne, it's nice to be back home.
You do get around. Not like me in my messy office. I had to set up on the ironing board today.
All good, all good.
There's a few more coming on joining us as well. So let's hop into it. Now, guys, and everyone that's on the call, you are most welcome to actually connect with Michael and ask your questions of him live, which is what we love. If you don't want to do that or you don't have a mic or something like that, you can type it into the chat box and I will ask it for you of Michael. But it's fairly easy to unmute yourself if you just move your cursor down to the bottom of the Zoom screen here, where you'll see all sorts of things. You should be able to see a mute and unmute button for yourself as well. It's the same as your video as well. You can turn your video on or off down there as well. But we love to see your faces. So if you want to keep it on, that's particularly awesome. Michael Griffiths, what do we need to know?
Rightio. Like me just to take over from here?
Well, yeah, and then we'll jump in. If any of us want to put our hands up, I'm pretty sure we'll jump in.
Lovely. One thing I really love about Zoom, can I use the whiteboard?
You can. Show us what you want.
Let's go, because that's probably going to be easier. So let me share whiteboard at the same time, and away we go. So to me, well, in fact, let's start off and let's sort of go with what's the problem that we're trying to solve. So most people know that generating referrals is key to their business. Word of mouth marketing is the cheapest form, most effective form to generate business. But for a lot of people, it's I hope that someone might recommend me or refer me or find me a new opportunity, rather than it actually being a structured process that we could do day in, day out. So people turn up to networking events and go, oh, I hope someone might pass me business today. Or turn up to referral groups and go, oh, I'm really excited if one person can pass me a referral this week. So rather than relying on other people, we're very much gone about, well, how do you take responsibility of creating your own referral structures? And in the end, there's probably three big things that I want to be able to go through and talk about. And the first one is, how do you build your own referral teams? The second one is, how do you use your network more effectively? And then the third one is, how do you leverage into other people's networks through partnerships? Okay. So if we can focus on those three, we're going to be a long way down the track to actually getting ourselves a whole bunch of business quite regularly. So the first thing, let's break some of this down and let's start off with referral teams. So simply put, you have a whole bunch of people who sell to the same people that you sell to, that you don't compete with each other. So the first thing I want you to be able to do is to be able to go, good, who do I sell to? So let's do this as we sort of go through it together. So who do I sell to? So you might say, I sell to coaches. I sell to mums. I sell to financial planners. I sell to bakeries. Doesn't matter who it is. Put it into the chat box for me. Let's be interactive. This is a teacher for 10 years in me, loving interaction. So throw into the chat box and tell me, who do you sell to? Let's get clear on that one. Okay, so good. So Vanessa's gone there. I sell to coaches, impact-driven, high-achiever entrepreneurs. Okay, lovely. Right, so throw it into the chat box. Who do you sell to? Career mums, working women. Lovely. Okay, so getting really clear, who is it that you sell to? That's the first thing that we want to have worked out. So throw that into the chat box for me. Your answer can't be everyone, because otherwise this activity is going to take you forever to be able to do. Established entrepreneurs who want to run a retreat, and people who want to come to a retreat. Fantastic, lovely. So now we're getting that idea of who do we sell to. So the next thing I want you to start to do is make a list of who else do they buy from. So who do they buy from either before they buy from you? Who do they buy from after they buy from you? Who else do they buy from where it's actually got nothing to do with you whatsoever? So in working out who could be part of our referral teams, these are a handful of questions that we've got to be able to ask ourselves. So you should be able to start making a list now of all these other types of people, types of niches, types of industries, where your ideal client also spends money with those people there. So we could have with, I think it was Liesl, who was around retreats. Great. Well, who else do they spend money before they spend money on your retreat? Are they health conscious people that also spend money at the gym? Are they also buying organic foods? Are they also spending money in other areas of health, chiropractor, physio, massage therapists, etc.? So there are some people who will pop up to you as being just logical people who also have your target audience, but there'll be quite a few outside the box that you probably haven't even thought of before, and that's what I want you to start being able to think about a bit more, is who else do your people buy from? Where else are they spending money? So Vanessa's got, well, as a coach, they spend money on a website. They spend money on graphic design. They spend money on various software. They spend money going to various events. They generally buy computers and programs. And so you just start to make a list of where your person spends money. Because what we can do after we ask those two questions is that we can now create a list of possible partners. And that's where we want to be able to get to be able to create a list of possible partners. And a partner is just simply anyone who sells to the same person that you sell to that you don't compete with. So Vanessa and I can be partners. We both sell to coaches. We both sell completely different things. And now we have the ability to share each other's clients, to share each other's networks, and to be able to help one another. And that is simply what a great referral partner is all about. But to be able to get to that point, you've got to be able to understand who could be your possible partners. So make a list for me of 4, 5, 6 in the chat box of who you believe could be your possible partners. Don't need specific names, just need types of industries, types of businesses that you see could be your possible partners. Throw that into the chat box for me when you have got it.
I won't throw mine into the chat box. I'll just give it to you while everyone else is typing theirs in.
Lovely.
So I came up with, before you said it as well, I came up with like referral and networking gurus. I came up with website designers. With the type of coaching that I do, which is very much about getting people to stand out in the spotlight, people who do coaching development more around the personal development area is still perfect for me because I don't deal a lot with the personal development side. So that one, you know, coaching schools would be good for me as well. Speaker trainers, like people who do speaking and train people to speak because those speakers want to get out and about more. Graphic designers, And that's what I've got so far.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. So other people, if you want to start putting into your chat box, just so we're on the same page.
And the
Good.
chat box is giving each of us different ideas too, because I just saw some of Devesh's ideas, because I had the business growth as well. But the internet marketers is another one I can utilize as well. Thank
Lovely.
you, Devesh. count on Devesh. Podcasters, yep.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so we're definitely starting to get a bit of an idea in terms of how to think like it. Now, as I always say, let me apologise right now, that if you start waking up at 2, 3 a.m. in the morning the next week with ideas for partners, my apologies, but that's the excitement that's in you that will happen. So I still wake up, oh yes, I could talk to that sort of person, or yeah, that's right, what about that sort of person? So my apologies right now, but it's also a good thing that you're going to have a whole bunch of things going through your mind in terms of who do you have the ability to partner with. Okay, so let's sort of bring this along now and go, good, now I'm getting a list of possible partners. What do I do from there? So what we do is we break our referral teams down into 5 different groups. We call them Profitability Partners, which is who we're going to have weekly conversations with. We've got our super group, I'll come back through them all, who we have a monthly conversation with. We've got cross-promotion partners, which are pretty much a one-off event. We've got content distributors, and we have got affiliates. So let's look at all of those different options of where we can put partners once we actually get them. So the first one and the strongest one is what we call profitability partners. That is somebody who has the same target audience that we do. We don't compete with each other. We've got the same sort of mindset and values. I really want to help them grow their business. They really want to help me grow my business. And we're going to jump on a weekly 10-minute call to strategize on how do we get each other more business in the coming week. So one of the reasons, there's probably 2 major reasons. The number 1 major reasons why most referral relationships sizzle out and fail is because of the lack of communication between partners. If you're not speaking with each other on a consistent basis, that means either weekly or every second week. And I'll use every second week, Vanessa, because I know our US friends don't know fortnightly, as I've learned over the last 3 months. So now I just say every bi-weekly. So if you're not speaking weekly or bi-weekly, then you're going to be forgotten. You and your partner have so much going on in your life that in the end, you're not focusing on each other. And if you're not focusing on each other, you're not going to create opportunities for each other, and therefore it fizzles out and disappears. So our profitability partnership, and we'll just pretend here, Vanessa and I are profitability partners. So therefore we jump on a weekly call, same day, same time, I know not before midday, every single week. And if it happens to fall on Christmas Day, so be it, we do it the day before or the day after. But that's our commitment to each other, to finding each other new opportunities. So what we do on that call isn't just chit chat, how's things going, what you're up to. It's a very structured agenda. So we start off with what's your goal for the week. If I can help you with your goal, I will, and if I can't, I can't. Then we move on to who would you like to be connected to this week? So Vanessa might say, I'd love to be connected to podcasters. Good, I've got a handful, let me introduce you to them. And then we go on to what 3 things can I do for you this week? Now, the majority of people just think in terms of referrals. That is just a narrow way of thinking. It's about going, no, how do I get you referrals? How do I get you more exposure? How do I open doors for you? How do I help you fill your sales funnels? So when I ask what 3 things can I do for you this week, you might say, oh, I've got this great little video. Would you mind promoting it to your network? I've got this webinar coming up. Would you mind sharing the link? I'm doing this workshop. Is there anyone in your network that you think you could invite? So now you start thinking about what are other ways that my partner could help me. So I'm just going to quickly show you this. Vanessa, I'll need your help because I can't see myself at the moment. But like, I've got a big board and I've got like 28 different ways that our partners can help us. And that board just sits there. So when I have a partner who says, what's one thing I can do for you, Michael? I just look at the board and I go, great. I'd love if you could promote our referral success kit. Here's a little blurb and link. So you've got to start having other ways for partners to help you, to give you exposure, to open doors for you, to help fill your sales funnels, rather than just going, oh, I don't really know, there's nothing you can do for me this week. Because of course there is. You've always got things that partners could do to give you exposure, open doors for you, fill your sales funnels, which all generate new business. Okay? So, coming back to our profitability call, we go through what's your goal for the week, who do you want to be connected to this week, and what are 3 things I can do for you this week. And that's our agenda that we get through in 10 minutes. Then we simply just go, what the accountability from the week before, so that we're making sure that we're doing things for each other and staying accountable for that. So a lot of things just to take in just there. So let's sort of just pause and grab questions if we need to grab questions, and make sure that we're clear on a profitability partner is a weekly 10-minute call with a set agenda, and it's all about strategizing how we're going to help each other.
With that weekly, Michael, with that weekly call, when you do it, is that as a group with all your partners, or just with each partner individually? Just with each partner individually. Okay. So we say that you should not have any more than probably 6 profitability partners in total. You won't have enough time. Yeah, true. Okay. So we have 6 profitability partners, and then in our super group we'll have up to 8, including ourselves. And that occurs as a group meeting once a month. Okay. Because I am so going to action this. Okay. So, is it Gael? Yeah, Gael. Yeah. This, I assume it is. This is a great idea, actually, to combine all in a group. Yeah. So, your profitability partners are all individual. You don't want that to be a group. You want that to be individual phone calls with your 6 profitability partners. Your super group, and this is where a thin like, and I've got nothing against BNI, we're growing the 2 largest in the country, but a BNI compared to your own super group, half the people in that BNI or any referral group aren't your ideal client, don't have your ideal network, have never got the ability to be able to help you, and therefore it's a waste of time seeing them week in, week out, or month in, month out. Compared to your own super group, which should be everyone has the ability to pass each other their own clients. So an ideal super group goes something like, who are 7 other people that if someone came and spent money with me, they could also spend money with them. So Vanessa would go, great. So if a coach came and spent money with me, they could also spend money with a website person. They could also spend money with a graphic design person. They could also spend money with a HR or an IT or a bookkeeper or an accountant, and the list goes on. In the end, you want 8 people who all have the ability to share each other's clients. And therefore, when you get together once a month, it should only take you 45 minutes.
you go through pretty much exactly the same agenda, and it's very laser focused for you all being able to pass each other business.
That's a comment from Vanessa there. Kind of like how Marie Forleo does it for her B School. She has few others who share that information consistently about B School.
Right.
I know when it's B School launch time, it's everywhere.
Yeah, right. And to be honest, if I was to probably just look on face value, it's probably more of an affiliate setup. But yeah, same concept. You want to be seen everywhere because of other people promoting you. Devesh, spot on. You certainly could have a group of 8 people who all have their own masterminds, and each person comes in and adds value to each other's masterminds. Spot on. Okay, so we've got Profitability Partners, one-on-one conversation up to 6 people. We've got a super group that all people come together once a month, 45 minutes. Now, that doesn't have to be face-to-face. My super group, I've got 1 in the Bahamas, I've got 2 in Europe, I've got 3 in North America, and I've got 1 in Bali. So we just do that through Zoom, okay, where we can all just jump on, see each other, and do our super group meeting through Zoom. So don't think that everyone's got to be in the same location and that you've got to be face-to-face. That doesn't have to happen at all. Okay. Okay, so there are 2, I suppose we call A teams. So what's the difference between putting someone in a profitability partner group versus super group? Really, it probably just comes down to their time commitment, how much time they've got. I see them both as being as important as each other. And if I go, so Vanessa, I'm looking at building some of my referral teams. But do you want to jump on a call each week? And Vanessa, oh, I don't have time for that. Well, that's fine. She can be part of our super group and be just in our once a month category. So that's sort of how I'm determining where people go into a profitability partner or a super group based on how much time they've got to be able to commit to being partners. And if they don't have any time to being commit to partners, that's fine. You move on to the next person. Okay, let's do a quick check-in there before we go on to cross-promotion partners as we take a bit of a different detour. Is that making sense? Give me a yes, give me a no with a question, thumbs up. Great, Fiona. You're sort of the top of my screen here, so I've got that thumbs up very quickly, which is lovely. What have you actually, what's sort of the light bulb moment from there in terms of what you think you could do? Throw that into the chat box too and let us know what you've taken away as something that you sort of go, oh yeah, I can actually make that fit into what I'm doing quite easily. Always love to know what sort of action items you can take away straight away to be able to move a step forward. So throw that into the...
Yeah, I'm loving it, Michael, because, you know, I get a lot of the cross promotions, but they're only one-offs. I like this idea of building this group and meeting together and just really helping each other that way. I like both the idea of the weekly and then the super monthly group as well. So I'm kind of loving that because I've always just had the cross promotions going on. That's kind of just a one-off here and there. So I'm loving this more deeper commitment to one another's success. That's what I'm liking with these groups.
Yeah, nice. And so true. When I look now, what are we, 8 years, nearly 9 years in business, and we've had one partner from the very start through 7 different businesses. So it's not even necessarily all about there being the right fit in terms of your networks. When you've just got someone with the right mindset and the right values, they find ways to be able to help you week in, week out. So that's lovely. Okay, brilliant. So let's get into cross promotions. Cross promotions are pretty simple. It's also the fastest way to be able to fill your sales funnels. And it's just simply, I will promote something into your network, and can you please promote something into my network? And in the end, we have just simply cross-promoted each other. Now, a cross-promotion with an affiliate, which is very much for our US friends, their terminology, which is joint venture, is very different to what just a simple cross-promotion is. A cross-promotion is just simply, will you mind promoting this to your network, and what can I promote to my network for you? So in the end, you have leveraged into someone else's network, gone on the back of their credibility, and reached people who didn't even know that you existed. Now, doing a cross-promotion is also a great way to start to then see, oh, should that person be a profitability partner? Should they be part of our supergroup? Because by doing this one-off, you can then work out pretty quickly, are they a good communicator? Did you get on well with each other? Do you have the same sort of mindset and values that you're actually fun to work with? Or was that just an absolute chore? And if it is, well, you certainly don't want to do things with them ever again. So a cross-promotion is just a nice way to be able to get things off and going where there's very little risk to each of you, and it starts building the relationship. Okay? So the next thing with cross-promotion partners, we say if you have 12 cross-promotion partners, you would be able to do 2 a month. Because the cross-promotion partner you had in January, you should also be able to do in July. The cross-promotion partner you did in February, you'd also be able to do in August. Okay, so by leaving a bit of a gap means that you could start doubling up your cross-promotion partners, and by having 12, you could end up doing 2 a month. Now, there are some cross-promotions, it just won't work out, and that's fine. You do the cross-promotion and you move on and you aren't speaking to them ever again. Okay? But there are others which you just go, wow, that was absolutely brilliant. Let's plan the next one.
What do you mean, Michael, when you say some won't work out? So why is that? Why won't some work out? Just wrong target market to each other?
So take one, we're going to do a bit of a feed about this, a live feed later on this afternoon about it. In that, so I'll take, for example, we've got someone over in the UK at the moment that we're trying to do stuff with. Communication-wise, just hopeless. Don't get things back to you. Don't communicate. It takes weeks. Will they actually do what they say they're going to do? I very much doubt it. So in the end, it just probably is the wrong person. They don't have the same sort of mindset and values as we do, and that just is what it is sometimes. Sometimes you just pick a dud every now and then, and you just get it done and you move on.
Cool. I've had a few of those.
and we will until you do lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of them. Finding the right sorts of people, it's always the fun thing. So what I'm always about with cross promotions, we do about 5-6 a day. So there's no possible way that we're going to promote that many things to our people every day. They would just hate us. So we do a lot of gift cross promotions where it's, hey, would you like to promote this to your guys and look really good as a gift? So therefore we give it to them as a gift to promote. It makes them look really good, and that's the win for them. And we get introduced to a whole bunch of other people, which is the win for us. So that's a second type of cross promotion. Rather than going simple cross promotion where you both cross promote each other, you could do a gift cross promotion where people are promoting your things as a gift from themselves, which makes them look really good. So as you start building more and more cross promotion partners, you will start to do probably 50% gifts cross promotions and 50% promote. Now, one thing which we're doing, which is it's just so easy to be able to do. So you can see, and whether you're watching this as a recording or you're with us live, Vanessa's simply doing this through a Zoom webinar hangout. So you could invite people to come onto your Zoom webinar hangout, record it, put it up as a video, and now you have just promoted someone else to your network.
Might I add that everyone that I get on this you know, it is a cross promotion in the sense that they come onto the Zoom hangout and give their value to, you know, members of my audience, and then I always get access to their audience as well. So I think another one that's coming up after you in June is Mark Mawini in Canada of Natural Born Coaches. So I'm doing stuff for his audience as well, and I think on his podcast as well. So it is crossing over and winning in both ways for us with these calls.
Spot on, spot on. So the key with cross promotions is leveraging into new networks. And that's why doing cross promotions are so important. So every day we should be asking 5, 6, 10 people around, hey, do you want to have a talk around how we might be able to collaborate and help one another? 50% will answer and 50% won't. But that will give you a stream of people to be able to start talking to about doing cross promotions with. So cross promotions are different from content distributors. So hopefully everyone on the call here, because I know it's what Vanessa promotes and teaches, is putting things on their social media platforms that show them to be an expert. So every day we're putting things on our social platforms that show us to be some sort of expert. There is no point you just talking to your own people. You need other people with different networks liking, commenting, sharing your things so that you get access to people who don't know you. So rather than just hoping that that might happen, why not actually just structure it to happen? So we ask people all the time, hey, would you like to be a content distributor for June? And every time you put out content, I'll share it with my network. And when we put out content, can you share it with your network? And now you're getting seen by people who don't currently know you. So therefore, you're leveraging into new networks with the ability to generate new business. So the simple thing is just constantly asking people you come across, hey, do you put stuff up on social media? Oh yeah, good. Do you want to, if I promote your stuff for the next month, then can you promote my stuff for the next month? And let's sort of be content distributors. I really don't know how many people would say no. Okay, so it's such an easy way to now get content distributed into far and wide reaches. Lovely. So the first 4 on our referral teams. Our first 4 are all about, I'm helping you because you're helping me. It's not about paying people money. It's not about being an affiliate. It's purely, I help you because you help me.
So just to be clear, just for those, I have a feeling that everyone on the call knows it, but there will be quite a few people listening to the replay, Michael. So just to be clear with the content, that's things like obviously your videos, your blogs, that sort of stuff?
Yep, spot on. So anything that you've got going up online, you want other people to be able to promote that for you. So you might possibly see, and if Vanessa doesn't mind, I will use it as an example in her group. And I'll put up a little message and then copy and paste it and keep it as your template from that day forward. And I'll put in a message and it'll say, I'm looking for people who would like to share each other's content. Please message me if you're interested. And then I'll get 20, 30, 40 messages. And now we've got all of our content distributors set up for the next month.
I can see this going off with everyone that's listening. I'll have the post in my group soon. It'll be great.
Because in the end, if we're both in the same group and we're both trying to do the same thing and get more exposure, I don't know people who are saying no to that. So it's such an easy way to get into new networks. Okay, so I look for about 20 content distributors a month. Okay, so we've got 6 profitability partners. We've got 8 in our super group. We've got 12 cross-promotion partners. We've got 20 content distributors. And now we've built a team of 46 people who all have the ability to help us create new opportunities day in, day out. We haven't paid a cent for marketing. So the last one is now our affiliates. So the affiliate works a little bit different. It's I'm willing to pay you a piece of the pie for creating me a sale. And that's the affiliate agreement. So the first four are very much you're helping me because I'm helping you. No money's being exchanged. We want each other to be successful. Where the affiliate is I'm paying you to create me a sale. And that's the setup on that one there. So the only thing I'll say with affiliates, whether you get one affiliate or lots, you need affiliate software. It just makes it so much easier to manage rather than trying to do things manually. Doesn't matter which one, you just Google affiliate software and they're all there. They're all roughly about the same, $20, $30 odd a month to have a cloud-based system. Okay? The other thing on affiliates is you have to treat affiliates no different to treating your other partners. See, a lot of people go, oh, you're my affiliate, so therefore I don't really need to do anything because I'm paying you when you make a sale. Well, affiliates are not only an affiliate for you, but an affiliate for 100 other things, and they're always attracted to the next shiny thing. So if you're not keeping your relationship with your affiliates, they aren't creating sales for you because you're being forgotten. So I speak to all of our affiliates every 30 to 45 days on the phone without fail.
Michael, do
Vanessa?
you do all this yourself personally? Because for me, like when I have launched a few times, I had to bring in an affiliate manager and I got her to do a lot of the correspondence through the emails and that. But it sounds like you're doing a lot of it yourself and having that personal touch. I just found that challenging for me with the amount of stuff that I have on.
Yep. Yeah. So the things which I know, if I speak to our affiliates, funny enough, they manage to make 15 to 20 sales the very next week. So it's worth me having that phone call with them. Yeah,
I mean, the affiliate manager worked okay. And I see a lot of the big names using affiliate managers as well, rather doing it personally. But I do actually like the personal touch. It was just a time management thing. I might have to rethink that.
Yeah, no, and without a doubt, it's a time management. And for a lot of people, they don't believe that that's actually an A activity, where to me, that's actually a big A activity. Because I know that, they create more sales if they have a personal touch from me.
I can see that. I could see that happening without a doubt.
Yeah. So most people who have affiliates only send them an email. So even if you had an affiliate manager that made a call, you're a whole step in front of the people who just send emails and hope that they're being read. Okay, so that is our referral teams. And we say, hey, if you had 20 affiliates, that would be a great start. And now you've got a team of 66 people, 6 profitability partners, 8 in your super group, 12 cross-promotion partners, 20 content distributors and 20 affiliates who are out there creating opportunities for you day in, day out. So when you think about it, if you have 66 people out there doing that for you every day, you've got to create an awful lot more opportunities than what takes place right now. Okay, before we move on to network, give me some thoughts. Give me the things that you're loving. Give me the things that you're ready to implement. Throw things into the chat box for me and let me know how you're going.
And if anyone wants to unmute yourself or you don't know how to do it and you want me to do it and you just want to have a chat or ask or your thoughts or anything, like for example, Devesh, I can unmute you right now like I have. What's your thoughts?
So
showing people how it's done.
You just put me in the spotlight because you're always I'm just
there.
Gonna wrap it up. I think that the focus is so much on content marketing, which is a given, and we're really moving away from the paid stuff. And I think this is so good just to be able to connect with other people for non-competing products and actually find people that believe what you believe and that have the same vision. And I think, there's so much strength in it. And there's absolutely no reason why everybody can't just be reaching out to even like 5 people a week and just saying, hey, I like your stuff. What are you about? Let's connect and see if we can help each other. I think it's awesome. So it's really good.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. You've hit the nail exactly on the head, that we just don't start enough conversations. So it's just so easy to find people, which sort of leads into our network part, but it's so easy to find people in your network that you've never ever spoken to and just go, hey, let's jump on a call and let's find out more about each other and see how we can help each other. Pretty simple. Like, we're so busy doing other unproductive calls that in the end, it doesn't create anywhere near as many opportunities as what doing exactly what you just said Devesh can do. So spot on. Good work.
And lovely Deborah Hill has added that there's lots of great ideas coming through for her. She's busy capturing away. So thank you, Michael.
No, pleasure. Very good. Well, please keep throwing things into the comment box. I'm also just wary of time. So let's just get ourselves into this next part. Draw me a circle. In that circle, write the word network. So I use the word network and community pretty much hand in hand. I love the word community because really that is what my network is to me. It's my community. And straight away you have a completely different connotation and emotion when you say, I'm going to send something out to my community versus I'll just send something out to my email list. So straight away you go, well, I actually care about my community. I don't want to actually let my community down. So when you think about your network as your community, all of a sudden now the way that you do things will start to be completely different. I believe, and we'll see whether we're right or not, but I've probably said it for about 9 months now, email marketing in its form has finished. Think how many newsletters you get, think how many stuff you get that you just go delete, 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 delete without even bothering reading. It is about how do you interact with your network, with your community to create conversations. Rather than talking at people, how do we talk with them? How do we get them talking back? That's the thing that I am most wanting to take place anytime I send anything out. And sure, we still send things out en masse, but we send things out en masse to create conversations, not to talk at the person. And there's a big difference. So the unfortunate part is most people in your network believe that they are a transaction and a transaction only. That the only time you speak to them is really when you want something. So we've got to change that. And we've got to be able to show our network that we actually care about them. Then we've got to be able to personally engage with our network. And when we start doing those sorts of things, our network now will start to create opportunities for us. And the reason why the majority of our network don't create opportunities for us is because they're stuck over here going, well, why would I when I am simply a transaction to? So if you think of people who talk to you all the time, but they talk at you, and the only time that they talk to you is really when they want you to do something for them. How often do you go out of your way to do things for them? You just don't. So therefore, how do you go, I'm going to show you that I care about you. I'm going to personally engage with you, because when that happens, I know that you'll become a walking billboard for me and create opportunities for me. So the key becomes then, how do you personally engage with your network at least every 90 days? So every single person in our network, we speak to at least every 90 days. Whether that be through a how are you email, personal, whether that be a how are you phone call, where we don't try to sell, we just call to say how are you, whether that be a how are you social media message, whether that be a handwritten card. We are doing things to engage with our community at least every 90 days and say, hey, we're still here, just letting you know, love to know what's going on in your world. Now, not everyone's going to respond, and that's absolutely fine. But throughout a given year, people will easily respond at least once, if not twice, which keeps us, one of the most important things, front of mind. It's very hard for your network to create opportunities for you if they are not remembering you. And we tend to go that you are forgotten within 45 days. So it only takes 45 days for you to be forgotten. That's how busy our people, how busy our lives are. So if it only takes 45 days and someone's at this barbecue in 90 days' time and happens to ask for exactly what you do, unfortunately, that person's probably not going to remember you. So therefore, they're not going to pass the opportunity on to you. You've probably experienced yourself where you've reached out and said hello to somebody, and then all of a sudden, within a week or 2 weeks, they've created this amazing opportunity for you, or they've introduced you to somebody, or they've come back and said, hey, let's do some stuff together. And it wasn't purely by luck. It's just now that you are in their actual world, where before you were out there somewhere. So you've got to work out, how do you stay front of mind with your network and personally engage with them all the time? So as an example, here's something which I'll just share what we do. So as I said, I've got a live feed to do this afternoon on Facebook. We'll have a whole bunch of people who will make comments. And in fact, on this feed, we should have hundreds of people who make comments with what we're about to do. We will then reach out to every single one of those people personally with a thanks for interacting message, because we want to start conversations with our networks. Some will lead to business, some will lead to creating partnerships and doing cross promotions with people, and others won't lead to anywhere other than we're back front of mind again. So you need to think, how are you staying front of mind of your network, or are you happy to just be forgotten? And I know the answer. You don't want to be forgotten. Okay, so network has a whole bunch of things. You've got to grow your network with the right people. You're going to be talking to your network and creating conversations all the time. But most importantly, you've got to go away and you've got to be able to implement things that show your network how much you care about them and that they're not purely a transaction. Because that's when they'll start creating opportunities for you too. Give me some food for thought. What are people thinking? I now actually understand how to move my little sidebar up and down so I can see people.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's a little thing at the bottom. You just click it and you can see people's faces.
That's right. So now I can see people's faces and I can look at their reactions and I can see the minds ticking over, which is fantastic.
Devesh asked you a question. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you're meaning what CRM program, customer relationship management program. Just nod. I'm looking at you in the picture if that's what you mean. The whiteboard. We're on Zoom. Yeah. So this is on Zoom. So one of the nice things on Zoom is you can share screen, and rather than sharing your actual screen, you can just bring up the whiteboard. So,
yeah, it was. I was asking, is that because I draw a lot of stuff, but I normally just use like paint instead of the art. What are you using? Is this like a specific program? Because I like how you're just doing everything on there.
Yeah, so on Zoom, so when you do a Zoom call and you go share screen, you can choose whiteboard, and then all of these features are on that whiteboard.
Oh, that's a new one. I didn't know that. I share screen all the time, but I didn't know that you could do the whiteboard and do this with it. This is awesome.
So most people go share actual screen rather than share whiteboard.
Okay, share whiteboard. Cool. Excellent. Yeah. Thank you.
No, not a problem. I'd be lost without my whiteboard, so I found that very quickly. Very good.
Fiona's got a comment as well there.
Yeah, I need to focus on moving away from one-on-one sessions to group online programs. Yeah. Certainly when you've got one-on-one things happening, you're limited by time. So if you engage with your network as often as that, you've got nowhere to put them. So you're right. Maybe come off mute, Fiona, because I see you're trying to.
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Just a little bit soft. Let me turn up my volume.
Oh, okay. I'll go a bit closer.
That's better.
There you go.
I think too, for me, what all this is really great because it's making me realize that to grow my business, get referrals and things, I've got to look at more touch points, and then I've also got to look at a higher end product and move from my therapist mentality, because I'm originally a therapist, into more devising a group program or just more working with a bigger group of people. So I find this inspiring because there's no point building relationships, because if I sell them all to my one-on-one program, oh my God, I'm going to die. That is so many hours in a day. I can't see any more than 4 people a day. That's just me. I don't know how doctors do it or psychologists do it. They see 8 or 10 people a day. But no, it's been really good. Thank you. I just have all these takeaways. So that's why I'm very quiet, because I'm kind of processing the wheels. You know.
Oh, good. Yeah. So absolutely fine. And you're right. You are limited by how much of this can you do when you've got nowhere to put them. So if you're full, then doing all this is nice, but you've got nowhere to take it, and therefore it's sort of a bit of a waste.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you.
No, pleasure. Very good. Lovely. So I think maybe, Vanessa, if you want to sort of go Q&A time, that's sort of, we've gone through building our referral teams, leveraging into partnerships through cross promotions, using our networks more effectively. They're the major 3 things. I go, if people focus on those 3 things, it's endless to the amount of opportunities that you can create. We would have nearly 200 social media messages a day across Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook Messenger, Twitter. We would respond to nearly 200 messages, start and respond to 200 messages a day, and easily 150 of those turn into new opportunities.
So when you say, sorry, Michael, when you say we, how many are we talking about? Because there's no way I could handle, it's bad enough me getting 1 message a day, trying to handle it.
So there's 3 of us that look after that side of things. Myself, I always do it. I just love talking to our people, and 2 others. So Louise and Cassie are also in charge of that, where we're just creating conversations with people. Now, the nice thing again is, we've got a nice little flow of how people go and move. If you're trying to do that purely just to get people to go into work with you one-on-one, well, you only have to do it for half a day and you'd be done. So it's having somewhere for them to go. But take that concept and go, good. Even if I had 2 conversations a day, 10 conversations a week, the amount of new opportunities that you would create to either, and here's sort of another big thing that I want people to take. Sorry, let me just move the chat box and bring that over here. So this is the way to think. Most people only think in terms of sell. How can I sell to you? Well, I think in terms of sell, partner, and door opener. So every single person has the ability to be one of those 3 things. For most people, if someone doesn't buy from them, they go, oh, well, that person's useless to me. Where no, they're not. Because 80% of people will never buy from you. So why would you leave all of that sitting on the table? I guarantee they could open doors for you. I guarantee they've got similar networks that you can partner with them. So why not create conversations to go not just sell, but to work out, hey, is there something we can do as a partner? Who do you know and who do I know? And let's open the doors for each other. So therefore, every conversation should be a great conversation.
You're singing my song here, because in my market, where I train coaches how to step out in the spotlight and get seen and heard, a lot of them are focusing only on their next client. And I always try to get them to turn around and think, stop focusing just on your next client and start focusing on making great connections that are going to be, opening doors for you. You reached out to me, and the reason I responded to you fairly quickly was because I actually knew your name, because you had come in. And for anyone who doesn't know, when I was at TCI, Michael was a former student as well, way above me a couple of years before, and he came in and spoke to our intake. And so I remembered your name from there, because I remember you coming in to our intake, and what you said to me obviously stuck in my memory, because I remembered your name when I saw it.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Mm.
Brilliant. Shall we just do a bit of Q&A here?
Absolutely. If anyone has got any questions, any thoughts, any comments, please just unmute yourself. If you can't unmute yourself, just pop it in chat box and I will unmute you. So I know that you're all getting, I know I've got heaps and heaps and heaps of takeaway from this. The only thing I must admit to being a little bit, how am I going to work around this, really is the reaching out and connecting for me time-wise. And it's not because I do lots of one-on-one, I don't. It's actually just because of my lifestyle. So I'm just trying to figure out how am I going to time manage that. 15-minute block. Okay, that's cool.
So, because you're right, you could spend hours on this. And we don't. We go, good. So let's do simply a 15-minute block. Yeah. And you choose to do it 5 days a week, 4 days a week, 3 days a week, depending on how full your sales funnel is. And in that 15 minutes, we want to send simply 10 how are you emails, 10 how are you social media messages. And we want to be able to just create, generally we'd put in let me change it back to what we would normally do. So our 30-minute block we call our personal engagement program. So our PEP. So in that 30 minutes, we do 10 how are you emails, 10 how are you social media messages, 3 how are you phone calls, and 2 how are you handwritten cards. And that only takes 30 minutes to do. So the 10 how are you emails is copy and paste and change the person's name.
Yeah.
So that should only take you 2 minutes. 10 how are you social media messages takes you 2-3 minutes, because it's copy and paste and change the person's name. 3 how are you phone calls. Phone calls are 5 minutes each. 2 handwritten cards. And you've just engaged with 25 people on a personal level in 30 minutes. So if you did that each day of the week, you've engaged with over 100 people.
Well, I'd take it down to 15-minute block, but I'd half that. But that would be fine for me. Do you know what I mean? Like just knowing what I've got and all that, 15-minute a day would be perfect for me.
Yeah, lovely. But it's just take the concept of take a block, do the activities, and once you've done them, you've done them.
Okay, so remember, if anyone has actually got a question, I'm not sure that you'll get a lot of questions, Michael, because everyone's kind of sitting here and taking it all in. You've given so much. It's been amazing.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, amazing. I'll just check. Oh, well, we're right on time. So I think if no one has a question, I think the best bit, Michael, is where can everyone hang out with you? Like, I know you have your Facebook group. Do you want to share that, and what else everyone can, where we can find you?
Yep, certainly. So a couple of places. Certainly, if you want to just go to michaelgriffiths.com.au, that will give you everything that we do, but also allow you to connect on pretty much any social platform. And certainly, feel free to come and hang out with our network. And this very much is a group that we want people to be introduced to others, and to really, it's not about trying to promote yourself. It's about creating opportunities and creating new partnerships with other people, and that's what the group was set up for. So those 2 places are probably the best, and we can hang out from there.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. Is it okay if I just share that?
It sure is.
Okay, so screenshot done. I'll be able to stick that up in the group, and I'll stick those links up in the group as well. So everyone that's on the call is in my group. So I'll put those links up as well, and they can go straight to them, and we'll put them up with the replay as well. Thank you so much. I've got notes and notes that I'm going to put into action, and I'm sure everyone else listening is going to put them into action as well. There was one more comment there from Sharon, who said she's been in a few groups on social media, very active but not offering any services. Thank you, Michael. This has opened up to the possibility, so that's great. And Debbie is just saying big thank you as well to you as well. And yeah, she's got lots of notes like I have.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, like this was really on my hit list because this was something I really wanted to work on in the second half of the year, was amping up my referral network. I've got a small one and I've got affiliates, but I'm not using it effectively. So this has given me a lot of tools and information to be able to action this far more effectively than the way that I have been. So thank you very much. You're getting lots of thanks from everyone who's listening. We'll let you go, Michael. Great value. And everyone, the recording will be up if you want to watch it again or save it. And of course, spread the word for anyone else who wants to watch this recording as well, because I'll be putting it up in the group as well. Thank you so much, Michael Griffiths, referral guru.
No, absolute pleasure. Look forward to catching up with you shortly. We're talking to a common friend who I believe you are also coming over in August to San Diego.
You're speaking to Manny?
Yep. So
are you doing Manny's thing as well?
Yes. Yeah. So he's dragged me over. So now I've got to find 2 weeks between our LA event and that San Diego event to kill. So tough life, I know, but I'm sure we'll manage to find 2 weeks. But
well, at least I'll know someone there, Michael. Like, I was looking at the lineup going, I don't know any of these dudes, but at least now I know you. I won't be the odd lady out. And I won't be the token Aussie now either.
No, very true. But that's not about, there in the US. They absolutely do enjoy how we think and what we have to say. So sometimes being the lone one means that you get all the limelight to yourself, but we'll just have to share it.
I believe there's a few English going as well, looking at that speaker lineup. So it's not just all the Americans. But I'm really looking forward to actually getting back to San Diego. It's been a long time, so that will be cool.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
All right. Well, say hi to Manny for me.
Yep. Will do.
Thank you so much. And big thanks from everyone else on the call too. Bye-bye.
Pleasure. Bye-bye.